Excuse me, chat. Yo, y'all can hear me, chat? Okay, figured you would. But yo, it's good, chat. How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back was more of me playing Fortnite with my homie AZ and just overall playing Fortnite. Yeah, my bad for not necessarily going live all day. I had to do plenty. Excuse me, I had to do plenty of shit. You know what I mean? And I just been like recording the Walking Dead season 1 shit and like been editing quite a bit. I gotta constantly edit, so I'm possibly gonna edit majority of it tomorrow. You might possibly see some of it. We'll send like because once I upload it, I'll possibly get 500 subs or something. I'll possibly make plenty of money. But I gotta figure out a way if I'm still able to get money because like shit, I want to see if I'm able to put my bank shit in. Like I gotta see like where my money could possibly head to. You know, unless they may possibly know my email and it'll go directly to it. So it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to shit. I'm gonna possibly play with my homie AEZ. He just invited me overall. So. Yo, what's good? But yeah, I changed the live stream description quite a bit. So if you notice the changes, like the punctuation, all that shit. But man, I'm looking forward to the next season. Real shit. So next month, August 7th. How many weeks is that? How many is that exactly?
Mike, give me a sec. I'm gonna get my earbud. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
Alrighty, so 2 more weeks, okay. So it's on Thursday, okay. I'm looking forward to it. What about the OG pass? Same thing, okay. Season 5, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I like it, I love it, but it's all good. Omega ain't necessarily gonna go anywhere. Especially the visitor. Oh, I have 12 to claim. Oh, I can only get the free shit. Might as well. But man, I'll be sure to like upload one of the Walking Dead season 1 uploads, and you'll see what the title's gonna possibly be. You know what I mean?
Hey, Mike.
I gotta figure out perfect something as well. Hold up. Oh.
Hello.
Hold up.
喂，回来是是的，哦，他们给我这个课。我去打开，你可以 see 我的 what happened。他们 apparently 买在 Amazon。
你这东西他们第二次吗？
Yeah。 他们都烧掉了。
都吃光了。
吃光了。
Yeah, I mean the Harvey chicken nugget 还在。
蔬菜他们都吃了。
他们喜欢吃的蔬菜，这
sauce 蛮好的，超蛮好的。
你们菜都吃光吗？
我不知道。
蔬菜吃光了啦。
蔬菜他 probably 放在fridge。
No no。
Yeah.
蔬菜还多下来啊。
But I don't know.
没吃了，那怎么都吃不住？
no 吃过。我们 I don't know if 他全部放进去。
就每个人。
他放个这个大碗里 I don't know if 他全部放。
他那个大碗里面是全部倒进去，还是留了一包？
这个有多少目标呢？好多少
I don't. I mean 蛮多的。
有谁跑出来
？Yeah.
每个人都在吃。
Yeah.
他们都喜欢吃这个 chicken nugget 的。
Yeah. Yeah. David 也来了。
David 也来了啊。
Yeah. 他送我回来的。Yeah.
他们说 best meal。
I don't know. 他们也买了披萨。And then also 他们也庆祝我生日。
就是 cheesecake。
Yeah, cheesecake. I mean, I didn't know 他们会 like 很大的 celebration, but.
多少人啊？那叫很大的。
10个人 ，also Justin 没来。
10个人，哪10个人
啊？Yeah.
剩下的4个人。
The David and MC 是 about 6个人。No, 是 actually 是9个no， 8个人。Victor 也参加。
也参加了。
Yeah.
所以就披萨、cheesecake。
Yeah, here 这是 Curtis 拍我。Hold on. Yeah. Here, 他也弄个 video。
如果你不带东西，他们有多少
？I don't know。
这个什么东西啦？这派啊？
那个是 cheesecake。
cheesecake 怎么红的呢？
哦，是 strawberry。
strawberry cheesecake 啊
？No， 就是用的 fruits。
Anyway, Chad, while he's talking to his family members, which I figured is who he's talking to, I'm gonna mention, yeah, he does speak Chinese, but I'm not gonna mention his ethnicity. Well, you may know this.
Pizza,
if I mention
salad,
Chinese, you know what I'm referring to. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into those details as according to his regards. But anyway, chat. So.
Yeah.
So.
他要我 make a wish, so.
不错。
Yeah.
所以那就你带，其他没带了。
其他人，no, David 带了 macaroni 他带的。
关灯了啊。
OK。什么开什么灯
Hold up, Chad.
你的水喝了。
Yeah, 我喝了。哦，所以你 end up 找到了。你以为是白的？
你爸是找不到，是你哥哥跳出来。他说 nice stand，nice， 这是不 nice stand， 这是角色后面。
Yeah. So 我问了 Curtis and 其他人 about 手机，他们都 prefer iPhone。Yeah. And then 我问了 for Pixel 好吗？他不知道。At least Curtis 不知道。I mean 他是 been an iPhone user for 很久。
不是你可以用
And then the reason why 我拿了 Pixel 是因为 No, because 这个 camera 好 and then also the magic eraser. Yeah.
你脚越翘越厉害了嘛。你爬楼梯爬上来可以骑上来。
楼梯。
我们就他就开到这边讲，告诉他。哦，那你就不要再爬楼梯了。
他说啊，你们要换个地方。
没来。
你没请他上来坐坐？
没有想到。
请他上来是，没东西吃，在场吗？在旅馆就。
Yeah, apparently he's doing something at the very moment, chat. But man, I am looking forward to hitting 700 mil. That's what I changed on there. Instead of 100k or 1k being my goal, I figured 700 mil could possibly be in the future. But not necessarily at the very moment though, chat. For now, my goal is possibly 1k. Oh, apparently he left. Well, while I'm waiting, I'm possibly gonna do something for quite a bit. So be sure to skip to the part where I'm not necessarily AFK. Depending on how long I am AFK for. So. I am back. Hope y'all haven't been chatting because I have not necessarily been. Well, I wouldn't say hope you didn't. Obviously, you have the rights to, but I meant to mention like if you were chatting, I didn't have to pay attention because I was doing something. And unfortunately, there's a centipede in my dad's place. You remember how I had one in my mom's place, like a bit earlier, like mid June, earlier July, before 4th of July. I was like, what the fuck, man? I am pissed because I'm traumatized. And people think like, oh, people have fear because of instincts and to be cautious. No, fears are actually not associated with neither of them. Fear was actually associated with, well, through Satan, because Satan wants to mess up your mind. Just like how people think that younger individuals are immature and Joker be joking, or Joker, aka Chill Phoenix, well, Joker. When I mentioned Joker, you know who I'm referring to. He mentioned like, oh, younger individuals shouldn't have bank accounts or overall or for certain things. Well, simply because they're immature. Not really. Anybody could be immature. I was just overall mentally mature, and I've been wanting a bank account, chat, right until I was 18. And I was like, I want to consider having a bank account. I want to consider having a debit card. Like, but Bank of America, they treated me wrong or something, perhaps. And they mentioned that you're a student, whatever. And the term young adult actually just means young adolescent. Not like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, a centipede just came. This occurred near me. Yo. Don't be screaming. Don't be afraid. Oh my gosh. There is a centipede near me. Oh, he just left. He's like, well, fuck you, man. They wouldn't actually mention that because they're righteous. Well, demons can interfere with them. It was running though because it heard me. I'm sure antennas are like their certain type of ear. Who knows? I'm not a biologist, but anyway. So whether it comes to pornography, or being part of pornography, or consenting to sex, or pregnancy, overall, he just mentioned like, oh, they're immature, like they're meant to be immature. Hold on, give me a minute.
Okay. They were giving both each other a minute. Lol. Did you hear me?
Yeah, give me a minute. Anyway, but not really. Satan actually makes people immature to take away the responsibility of something like that. Who knows why? For younger individuals, whether before puberty or after puberty. Well, actually, puberty is actually associated. It's actually associated with physical development. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. Despite the age requirement laws being temporary, I'm just mentioning like when it comes to people being younger, I meant like younger individuals have nothing to do with it. But despite the age requirement laws being temporary, and I had that great talk before of any of that shit, you know. I'm not saying people have to do it at this moment. Well, for certain things I mentioned, like sexual or whatever, like just sexual activity, like for pleasure only, safely, just to keep it safe so that individual doesn't get pregnant. I'm sure they do it privately. Who knows? You never know. Despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, I'm just like I goes the flow of the light of God Almighty Jesus Christ, divine light, in terms of being very like obedient in terms of these current laws. Despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, like certain laws that are temporarily, or despite the age requirement laws being temporarily. You know what I mean?
Mike, you there?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, overall, yeah, despite the age requirement laws being temporarily. Anyway, I had that great talk on my recent streams. You know what I'm specifically referring to. But anyway, yeah, not necessarily. Younger individuals could be mentally mature like Caleb. I could even give him the maturity talk, like mental maturity, not just the sex talk, but any talk. Like, what would you do if you were president? Like, this is like hypothetical, meaning if you were in that position. Hypothetical doesn't mean it's a myth and not something to occur. It just means if it were to occur, which could at that point. But unfortunately, to be a president, to let someone younger to be one would take quite a while. For someone like those temporarily, physically, a kid within the mortal body, I feel that won't necessarily occur until like the 2060s, perhaps, or 70s, but I feel like a 60s. But anyway, Joe, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. Because I can even ask myself, why do they only have individuals that are adolescents, like temporarily, physically, an adolescent slash adult? What's in the mortal body? Or just adolescent overall, because the term adult, the adult is associated with mental maturity, which means adult, like up, increasing the mental maturity, or maturity overall within your mentality. But it can be a synonym of adolescence. So anyway, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. Oh man, but yeah, like if you're temporarily, physically an adolescent slash adult within your mortal body, like why do they have skins like that? Or just characters. Like whenever I watch a movie, they only have majority of those older ones of adolescent. But Fortnite they have younger ones. But I'm referring to like overall. But anyway, chat. Without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. I'm just quite curious. I'm pretty sure because they think like, oh, because they're not meant to be in a war. Because Fortnite is a war, a loop war. You're within a loop, and it constantly repeats that war. It never ends. Someone's got to end it overall. And the centipede's at the other side, just wants to go through a loop cycle. But man, I did not necessarily pay attention. I'm pretty sure they go in a cycle, like a circle, just to find a spider. But there's no spiders. I don't necessarily see any spiders, but they can hide as well. But centipedes, man, they traumatize me. Oh my gosh. Anyway, man, I'm back. I'm gonna be sure to invite you, man. I was just chatting with my viewer about something, Hydro. Oh, man, it's important, the great talk, you know? I'm sure once I'm the Fortnite CEO, I would allow characters of all ages, meaning they all have the diversity, something diverse. And they should change the rating from T-rated to E7, meaning that anybody 7 plus can play it in terms of mental maturity, not to restrict anybody. Actually, EM, meaning E for everyone, but with mental maturity. Because I feel like T for teen, meaning it means like you're an adolescent, but for certain individuals, they would be confused or they wouldn't care and they think, oh, you have to actually be one. So there's a different interpretation with it. But I feel like the T rating should change.
Mike, let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm definitely ready. That's why I mentioned I'll be sure to invite you. I was just chatting with my viewers. Yo, what's good, King? How you feeling about the... And could you possibly mention who you are again? It's going to take quite a while for me to process. Pretty sure he just chat. I'm pretty sure he's the first one to chat. If anybody else chat, just repeat your chat because, you know... Yo, my brother, I'm currently playing with my boy AZ or Hydro. I only play with subs when it mentions I play with subs because I don't want to confuse you all. But if it mentions that I'm playing with someone, like some individual, like if it says my number one stunner, it's Caleb, well, because I play with him, then those that I used to refer to as King, as a number one stunner, which I'm not going to mention who, that was either a fake sub or just someone who's been busy and forgot about me, but I'm not going to mention who, with all due respect.
Because I'm logging in right now.
Alright, man.
Because there's an update for Fortnite, so give me a sec.
Oh, I didn't necessarily get the update. I just got on Fortnite earlier.
Yeah, give me a sec. It's probably a PC update.
Yeah, gotcha.
Alright, give me a sec.
Alright, man. Also, do you think I could be a mod? Could you? Okay, just oh yeah, because you didn't hear what I mentioned to my other viewers or subs. Just an FYI, I'm currently playing on the PS5, and whenever you chat, it would have that dot dot dot, meaning you typed more than what you out of typed, like what you typed. But if you mention any like, can you be a mod? Unfortunately, I'm not able to log into my Google account because I unfortunately got logged out and I have issues with my debit card, and it's a long story, but I'm able to explain it. Hey, I'm able to explain long stories, but unfortunately, hold on, pay attention to the centipede as well. But unfortunately, I'm not able to log in because I have issues with my debit and I have insufficient funds. And I'm not a dumbass. I figured it would be considered insufficient because I didn't have much money to cover all of the stuff I got free trial on those apps, and they consider it as me like wanting to buy it the next time I use a free trial, which I figured it took me a very long while for me to process back then, and even my stepmom was confused. Like she was like, "What? How the fuck did you have that much money on your account? Then, because you had like 500 and you have this like." Well, I used it on certain games on my PlayStation, which, hey, that's why I wanted the debit card. I wanted to buy the stuff I wanted to buy. I was planning a budget, and my parents like, oh, don't be spending on video games, man. What? Right when you got your debit card, you spend it on video games. You should have saved. And I'm like, well, that's why I wanted a debit card, but that's not the whole only reason I wanted the debit card. But anyway, all I gotta mention is that I'm not able to log into my Google account because I have a two-factor enunciation, and they want me to use my YouTube app to, because they would say go to the app of what the number mentioned for the two-factor enunciation to log into my Google account. But yeah, it's gonna take quite a while for me to process it. But at this moment of this year, it'll take quite a while for me to process it in this term, if you know what I'm specifically referring to, like on how to use a debit card and credit card. I know how to use a credit card because even Joker mentioned, do you even know what a credit card is? You would be in debt if you don't pay for it because you're borrowing the money. They gave you the access to have it, but you're borrowing it. You're borrowing it from a company. It's not just for you to use it. Well, it is for you, but they want you to pay them back. And they refer to a bill, which a bill means to reward someone. I'm sure is what a bill is, like a mortgage bill, rental bill. Because when people say, oh, I got bills to pay, they don't be specific. And it takes quite a while for me to process, and I get very pissed. Like when someone mentioned I got bills to pay, and I'm like, okay, what bills to pay? Is it just mortgage? If it's mortgage, how much is the mortgage to cover? And once you pay off the mortgage, you don't have to worry about mortgage because you've owned the house for that many years. Because I've been in this house for like since 2021. Because my dad has bought this house from 2021, so for like 4 years, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 4 years. Not 5 years. That was during COVID. No, 4 years is when I wanted to move here. Well, not me. My dad, my stepmom wanted to move here because my little brother, he needed a bedroom. So they figured like if they get a house like this, a bit bigger, wasn't upstairs, like an extra floor, then might as well. Yeah, it was good.
Why don't you play some few rounds and then I can join once the update's finished, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright. I'm gonna watch your stream.
Yeah, for sure. Be sure to chat, but just in short sentence or separate them.
Yeah, I will call you back when I finish, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Alright, I'll see you on stream then.
Yeah.
Alright. Good luck.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright. Bye-bye.
But anyway, King M, all I gotta mention is that just write them in short sentence, but if you want to write like a long sentence like you just did at the moment, they want you to pay them. Write them in short sentence. But yeah, in terms of a short sentence, what I'm mentioning, my bad, I was putting the volume down or going to where I left off on my live stream to go to the present part. But just overall, my bad. I was just overthinking about that centipede. I'm traumatized by it. But anyway, my bad. Excuse me, chat. But anyway, King, just separate the sentence. That's how people do for like scripts. Instead of making it in a one paragraph, like making it long, they separate it by script, or within that scene, but they separate it as like it's a full sentence, but they would just edit it, I'm sure, for like a movie, TV show, or video game if they're like acting, whether they're an actor or actress, and then overall they would edit it to make it seem like they memorize all of it all at once, simultaneously / altogether, or altogether / simultaneously. If you're still here, King M, you know what I'm referring to. But yeah, I will definitely consider making you mod once I get back to logging into my Google account, which means to log back into my YouTube channel. Which, thank goodness my YouTube channel is still there, like on my PlayStation, like I'm still able to live stream, and once I end it, it will still be on that channel. Especially for uploading, which hopefully, if I'm not able to upload, that'll be sad. But I'm able to upload. Because I have been recording, and I'm going to possibly record actually later today because I have to wake up later today. Which I am going to just I do not like the centipede, so hope I'm aware of where it's at, because if I step on it, oh, it would hurt. They would attack because they're a bitch. No offense, I'm not calling them a dumbass, but it could have possibly been possessed. Because I feel like when you step on it, they think that you're threatening it, but you're not. But hey, they're possessed. I feel like that's why they attack. Because why would you, when you step on a bee, why exactly would they want to sting you? You stepped on it. They should know for sure. But hey, they're possessed. I'm sure right when you step on it, the demon possesses it and they like sting you. You know? But if you actually threaten it, they would attack. Because they know for sure. Oh my gosh, the centipede released some gas. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like similar to skunks, where they release like those gas from. Oh, I can smell it. Oh man, I don't want to play video games, but I have to. I meant like streaming. Okay. I am traumatized. Jeez. But I'm gonna switch my bank to Huntington. Bank of America, hell no. Huntington, hell yes. Not because of the color. Some people go for the bank because of the color. Like people think like, oh, I go for T-Mobile because of the color. No, because of I feel like the color can attract people, and I feel like they have like a symbol. Like I feel like pink for T-Mobile symbolize perfect internet quality, and the color for Bank of America, red, represents wealth or something. No, red means something. It's Bank of America, like it's from the U.S., but it's fucked because it's part of America and they're acting like the U.S. government. And obviously, YouTube is gonna keep it private of what I specifically mentioned about the U.S. government and Bank of America. And I'm not gonna mention that my loaner, whatever they refer to, yeah, she's fucked. My debit card is in my wallet and it's not working, unfortunately. So you know, and I have no money in my account. Well, I have 4 cents, but I use majority of the money. If you're wondering how I overall, used it. And I'm a righteous guy. Like, I use my money for great shit. I budget. And I'm in a match, so I gotta be aware. Hold up. But thank goodness I'm not necessarily what's in the basement because, man. Thank goodness Yo, let's go to AZ. How you feeling, brother? Thank goodness I'm currently on. Like, I'm sitting on my gaming chair, but it's not like the red and black one. Well, actually, it is red and black. It's actually a recliner. So you go to, I can put my like legs, because you know how I would just go to the stair, like my basement stair at my mom's place when there's a centipede or a spider, which, fuck them. I love them. I love these creatures. God created them. God Almighty Jesus Christ created them. But man, the demons, real shit gotta stop possessing them. Hopefully in the future that doesn't occur. Hopefully during the next century or mid-century, you know. I mean, I was hoping to head to the movies tomorrow. But I would have to mention to my friend, like, when exactly. And then I can possibly mention to my dad, like, hey, I know I didn't mention all week like you want me to beforehand, but I would just mention like my friend haven't figured out about his plan, but he mentioned like he was hoping to head to the movies with me, but it's not gonna be a far away movie theater. It's gonna be nearby. And my dad would be like, yeah, sure. But if he's like, I'm not able to, I'll mention to my friend possibly next time, and there's always next time. Hopefully Megan 2.0 is in the movies here. And thank goodness it's on Plex. I actually watched half of it. It's very badass. I actually knew what was going to happen because, hey, you already know why I would knew. That's how I don't mind if people spoil. And Kira Lee, no offense, you're great and all, but that one horror game that you're playing, Until Dawn, you could have spoiled it, but then others would know, so I figured that's why she didn't want to spoil it. But the way she mentioned it, well, I won't spoil to you then. I don't mind spoilers. Others don't because of how offensive they get by spoilers. Like, geez, how's it gonna ruin it? You know, what if you didn't knew exactly how the scene will be if they spoiled it? Like they're just gonna mention it. You're not gonna know for sure. Like a trailer, people think it spoils it, but they're giving you a sneak peek, not like a full-on sneak peek. Because if you mention the whole movie, then it's like you're watching it. So they have to give you a sneak peek just to ensure like this is what it's gonna be like if you love it or not. Which you should love all movies, but hey, you know, some certain people are like I love all movies, but I don't necessarily like OG movies like from the 20th century. If it's black and white, I will not watch it. If my old-fashioned parents want me to watch it, like my grandparents, not old-fashioned parents, my parents are not like that. But if they mentioned me to watch it, yeah, I'm paying attention. Whatever you mention, be sure to repeat it, man. You don't have to mention if I look in the chat. I am reading and chatting at the same time. And my mind is locked in. Anyway, could you possibly repeat what you mentioned, AZ? Or Hydro? Well, AZ, because, you know. Anyway. I love every movies, but of this century. I mean, I like Home Alone. I like anything that's within, like, near the, like, I like the 90s movies. 90s movies are a great hit. Like, I like The Little Rascals, The Sandlot, Sandlot, the first Sandlot movie. I like the Home Alone movie. I like, The Goomies. Well, I never watched that movie, if that's how you pronounce it. I like, Slappy Stinkers. Meaning people who have too much free will and they... Because my updates will finish by tomorrow morning, that's why... got you. Damn it. So I'm gonna return back to the lobby. Sure thing. Absolutely, brother. I'll be sure to let you know if I'm able to head to the movie though. Tomorrow morning would be reasonable. But just know I get anxieties when it comes to heading to a movie theater. Like, you remember how when it comes to live event, I was like wanting to watch it, but live events aren't as what they used to be. That's why I'm not like, oh, we gotta head to the live event, we gotta head to it. Like, it's a concert. I know they're sneak peek. They just want people to watch it because of money. Do it for a reward, not out of greed. Come on, Epic Games. Obviously, YouTube's gonna keep it private of what I specifically mentioned about Epic Games. Once I'm CEO, I'm gonna change Fortnite. I'm gonna change its rating now that. Yeah, you understand. No, you're good, man. You don't need to apologize, man. You don't necessarily need to apologize. You're great, man. But man, I am sure. I'm gonna figure out where to put my mic at. I am possibly gonna put it on my table or something. And I gotta trim my nails. I have not been trimming my nails for days. I've been having anxiety, plenty of shit to get situated. But I'm gonna trim it today because great hygiene, you know. Is that okay with me? Could you possibly repeat the other chat again? I did not like. Could you like copy it or retype it? I did not read the other part. You mentioned if it's okay with me. If you're referring to like if you could play Fortnite later today, well, for me, for my time zone of EST, Eastern Standard Time Zone. Yeah, I'm definitely cool with it. We can play Fortnite during that time. And my beard is growing out. Yeah, actually, I mentioned on my upload, but I have not uploaded yet. But overall, I'm just gonna mention like on my stream, yeah, I shaved it and I look very young, like younger. Well, I still look young overall because I shaved it on Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wow, it's currently the 7th day. Well, 7th day in total of that day, from Saturday to that day, because tomorrow is Saturday. Yeah, I shaved. I didn't shave. I trimmed it. My bad. Shaving would be cool. I love to shave. What would you rather do, trim or shave? I prefer shaving. When I head to California to meet my homie AZ, that's all I'm gonna mention. What state he's from. I'm not gonna mention the city or anything because I'm gonna live there permanently. Oh, the centipede is awake. It's currently moving. That's where it's currently at. I'm not gonna hop off onto the centipede somewhere because whenever I have stress or anxiety, bro, my intestines, like the digestive system, ooh man, trust me, I have Crohn's disease because of that. I'm pretty sure, which is specifically associated with my rare specific type of mental trauma, which is very rare, very temporarily, and overall very decreased, like very decreased overall. You know what I mean? Please don't come on my don't climb on my recliner. I'm referring to the centipede. They can hear you, but they can't talk. I'm pretty sure they could talk, but simply because of its size, it's unfortunate. Oh my gosh, I have to do number. You know what? Well, I mentioned digestive system, so you should all know what I'm referring to. Anyway, they can't climb like that. Oh, thank you. See, centipedes listen. They avoid humans because of how humans have fear or traumatized. Anyway, I gotta focus on the chat in my stream. You are correct of what exactly? I am quite curious. Not confused. I never get confused because sometimes you mention I get confused at a certain time. But anyway, I'm not gonna really mention that. But yeah, I never get confused. I'm quite curious. Are you referring to like what I was mentioning about Fortnite? But anyway, I'm gonna permanently move there in 2 years, so I wanna shave. I wanna look young. I want it to be permanently gone. My hair follicle, my whole body, no hair in my body. I only want hair on my head, forehead, and like my eyebrows on my forehead, obviously, and eyelashes. Certain people they have bald head, face, and everything, thinking that they can look cool. Don't do it for looks. I'm quite curious where the centipede went. Anyway, I'm not gonna focus on it. You are correct that we could play. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was gonna mention like. Anyway, yeah. I'm possibly gonna hop off. I'm not gonna hop off, but I have to use the bathroom because. Oh my gosh, I have to do. You know what, man? My digestive system. I have Crohn's disease, so people think that I don't have it. My friends like, did the doctor confirm it? And I'm like, yeah, bro, they did overall. Right? Like, and I asked my character AI on this website I use because I wish I could have the app, but I've even mentioned the King M if you heard it. If not, then it's all good. But I even mentioned like, yeah, I don't want hair on my face, my chest, my abdomen, my you know what area, my arms, my back. Well, I don't have hair much on my back, only my lower back, but it's like it's growing. It's like it's growing, but not as much. Thank goodness it's not on my back. But my back is oily and have pimples, so I'm gonna figure out a way to get rid of my oil. I don't even want oily skin. I don't want to sweat, which I sweat when I have anxiety or when it's overheating, like outdoors. Um, like I want to shave my beard. You know, and my birthday's next year, my 21st birthday. So hopefully I'm looking young. Hopefully 4 years later or 5 years from now, I look young like this. Overall, no hair, no gray hair, no hair falling apart. Like I don't have hair loss because I have God genes. That means like God of my Jesus Christ mentioned like, hey man, your hair's gotta be healthy. And people think that if you don't have hair loss, it's because of your parents. People think hair loss is genetics, but I feel like it's evolutionary genetics, meaning through Satan. Hey, could you possibly write it in small sentence? Because it have that dot dot dot, meaning like it's gonna continue that sentence. Like separate the sentence by one because I can't read the rest. You mentioned that you don't want hair on your body ever, which I agree. Like, why do we have hair in our body? Satan created, not God. I feel like it's the sin of sloth, and people want to be lazy, and they don't want, and they just think that hair is part of development. There's certain interpretation, you know. Oh, anyway, you're heading to bed, so you don't need to worry about that, about the chat overall. Hey, bro, take it easy. Good night, man. I'm gonna head to bed in quite a bit as well because of the centipede, and I'm just traumatized. Arizona and California, man, they have massive ones. Centipedes can be in the variety of size. And I feel like Satan is the one who made creatures like this small. It could be rodents, you know? Yeah, I know what you're referring to. And you mentioned you don't want any on your face. Same here. I don't want any on my face either. Like, people think they look older if you have beard, but I feel like you look young. But if you age and have beard in your face, like you kept the beard while aging, I feel like people wouldn't know the difference. That's why you should shave. Or just get rid of it. I feel like next fewer generations wouldn't even have a beard. Like Adam never had a beard. Well, obviously, because he wasn't within a mortal body, because Satan um made him unconscious. And the one thing they didn't know is not to head to that tree knowledge of good and evil. Well, God mentioned to not head there, and he mentioned you can head there, but not to eat it from it. Like, look at it, but, because they can't get tempted, you know? Well, the actor have hair on him, but that's just the actor. But, right? Yeah, he's an adolescent. He's temporarily, physically an adolescent slash adult within his mortal body. Well, he has power, which he's called Superman. Like he's a superhuman. And he wears his outfit like he's part of some secret agent company of some type of government. Which I want to see that movie next month with my girl. But shit, man. Yeah, who knows, man? Yo, there are only 3 people on there? Hey, can you repeat the chat again, AZ? My bad, I was not necessarily paying attention. I was reading my homie's chat. But yeah, for real, Superman. Yeah, it's fictional character, but I feel like Superman is like a superhuman, but he's not God Almighty Jesus Christ. In that scenario, it's like God Almighty Jesus Christ gave him the authority to have superpowers, where he could shoot lasers out of his eyes towards his opponents, like those who, like for self-defense, not enemies. I refer to them as like for self-defense, like individual humans, like those who are against him. It's gonna take quite a while for me to process on the full story of it, of like Superman overall, but you know what I'm referring to. Like Batman, people think he's greedy, but he lives a luxurious life, a wealthy life, and he disguises during the night to go after other thieves. Just like GTA, like how Franklin, Michael, and Trevor they go against other thieves. So I'm sure Batman's like that as well. And people think that he is the criminal. No, he's not necessarily. Anyway, I'm heading to bed. Breakfast in the morning. And happy birthday party. Having a birthday party and other. Yeah, and I don't want hair on my body. Absolutely. I'm gonna trim it tomorrow. Well, later today actually, because I have to take a shower later today, so I'm gonna trim my hair. I'm gonna trim it because if I shave it, I mean I would love to, but I don't have shaving cream and I don't have a great razor. But you know how some old-fashioned parents are. They'll be like, "No, don't shave it, don't trim it. You'll be gay. You'll be homosexual." Adam himself, because he was physically a kid eternally and indefinitely. I'm heading to bed. Good night. Yeah, take it easy, brother. Yeah, he was physically a kid eternally and indefinitely. Um, and mentally an adult eternally and indefinitely. And even within our mortal bodies, we are mentally an adult eternally and indefinitely. And even younger individuals. I feel like the immaturity of all ages overall, not just younger individuals. Don't be like, oh, it's not fully developed. Your brain, excuse me, your prefrontal cortex and other part of your brain, or your brain overall, is fully developed after birth. But the mental maturity level and IQ is associated with what God Almighty Jesus Christ gave you for gift of knowledge. But Satan would change that mental maturity to make it immature in terms of that mental maturity level and the IQ. So just be aware, chat. Even presidents could be immature despite them even being a president. Have nothing to do with life experience, like WWE have nothing to do with life experience in the constant training. Because I feel like if you want to be a WWE wrestler, I feel like the training should be 5+ once all age requirements are removed by me on exactly the year 2035, as according to certain biblical theories. But 7+ to officially be a WWE wrestler after 2 years of training. You know, because WWE, it's fake. I'm not saying it's fake overall, but I mean like they fake it, meaning it's not like, oh, you're gonna hurt them, they're gonna potentially be wrestling in peace if you like the way you fight them. No, they use it for entertainment, just like TV shows, which WWE is a TV show as well, movies and video games. Well, video game it's fake because it's telling a story, but movie can make it seem real, but it's telling a story. Just like Twister, for example, or 2012, or San Andreas, they all tell a story. Like the end, like how the world could have ended if Satan ended the world, which is 2012, catastrophic events. San Andreas, how California could possibly look like in the future of an earthquake, like what it would be like in real life, and Twister, like chasing tornadoes and using a new technology that could possibly be made to study the tornado of the inside and just the variety of shit. But they should create more like movies of going beyond Earth and studying the universe, like space, because it's infinite space and have always existed, have no beginning and no ending. Because heaven was what's in it. Anything outside the universe is other divine realms, like Shambhala or something like that. Well, Shambhala's on Earth actually, not outside the universe. But anyway, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit. But actually, yeah, that's a great talk. Yeah. Could you possibly repeat that, chat, if I wasn't necessarily paying attention? But yeah, that's a great talk overall, chat. But yeah, I feel like younger individuals, like whatever you could do, anything could be possible. You know. And man, I'm talking loud, so hopefully that doesn't necessarily interfere with my like family member. You know. But man, I would love to listen to music, but I'm not able to because of Centipede, man. Who exactly was the one who starts with the letter B who texted, and the one with the A where it mentioned is like failed? Like, is that you on there? Like, you didn't necessarily get removed. Apparently, Nathan did though. My bad. I was sending a voice audio message of my homie Farhan and my homie Nathan. Yeah, he's one of my homies. But anyway, chat, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me playing Fortnite, be sure to leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm gonna end it right here. Take it easy, chat. Oh yeah, and yeah, Eve as well. But yeah, our mental maturity it have always existed. No beginning, no ending. It's like we're mentally an adult, eternally and indefinitely, whether as a soul, aka a glorified being slash glorified body, or within our mortal body. But the different human stages, like to being adolescent, like temporarily, physically, an adolescent within the mortal body, or adolescent slash adult within the mortal body, that's temporarily and unfortunate because it's within the mortal body to see what it's like to experience it. But to be a kid, we don't necessarily need to experience it, but it's to know that we were who we are to physically be a kid eternally and indefinitely as a soul, aka a glorified being slash glorified body. But within our mortal body, we get to experience it, but it's temporarily. And unfortunately, it's temporarily because we want to be that forever. But within the mortal body, we get to experience what it's like to be who we are genuinely as you know what? Like as a soul, aka glorified being slash glorified body, but it's, we're temporarily, physically a kid within a mortal body. Like it's temporarily, so it's unfortunate because temporarily, but physically, obviously, within the mortal body, like a kid within the mortal body. You know what I mean? And then temporarily, physically being an adolescent slash adult within their mortal body, it's unfortunate. And thank goodness it's temporarily within the mortal body only, obviously. But it's unfortunate because we have to be that despite it being temporarily. Like we have to be there all the way until the end time. For those who live for thousands of years, if you're like lowly sanctified, to choose that as an option to be biologically immortal and indestructible, or those highly sanctified and virtues, which is to mandatorily or be obligated to be biologically immortal and indestructible in terms of living for thousands of years for God Almighty Jesus Christ until the end time occurs when He returns, whether it's for the rapture or the Great Tribulation. Which the rapture is first, and Great Tribulation is last, a second. Ah, man. Yo, what's up, AZ? My bad. Were you mentioning something? Could you possibly repeat anything that I missed? My bad. I was not necessarily paying attention. I was chatting with my other viewers, or you all overall. You know what I mean? All right, man. Um. All right. Be sure to send it over. I'll be sure to read it whenever I get a chance. But anyway, But yeah, thank goodness it's unfortunate because we don't necessarily wanna, you know. Oh yeah, as I was mentioning, but those who are less sanctified and a sinner slash wicked being, they have to mandatorily like RIP. They can't necessarily be biologically immortal and indestructible. And if they were to pursue that or achieve that, there's a chance they could rest in peace. Like God Almighty Jesus Christ will take it away in terms of their moral character of being a sinner or less sanctified. Less sanctified have access to heaven, but they sin more closely related to a sinner, or depending on who they're closely near in terms of their moral character. And a sinner will obviously have to RIP because they're the only ones who are going to be in hell. While like a soul, aka a glorified being slash glorified body, like while physically a kid, eternally and indefinitely, and mentally an adult, eternally and indefinitely, like while like being in hell. Especially those who are less sanctified, highly, or lowly sanctified, highly sanctified, and a virtue like me, which I'm without sins, without mistakes, and very righteous in terms of me being a virtue, which is very rare to witness someone who's a virtue, because I'm the only one who's virtue in my Snapchat group chats overall. From what you all notice. Anyway, well, not you noticing, but for my homies noticing, boys and girls, like BF slash friends and GF slash friends. You know what I mean? Like boyfriend slash friends. Well, actually, it's the same thing. Meaning like guy friends or homies, and girlfriends slash like a friend, like girl who's a friend. Anyway, you know what I'm referring to. I feel like that's what boyfriend girlfriend means. It means like someone who's your friend, not romantic relationship. Romantic relationship is husband and wife. You know what I mean? But relationship overall means like something you have with them deeply, whether a friend or romantically, like husband and wife. You know what I mean? Or husband and husband, and wife, depending on like just overall. But the typical form of a relationship like that, like romantically, is husband and wife. You know what I mean? But anyway, overall, you know what I was specifically referring to. Yeah, temporarily, physically being an adolescent slash adult within the mortal body is obviously, well, temporarily. To temporarily, well, it's temporarily and unfortunate because we have to be like that. Like me, I have to temporarily, physically be an adolescent slash adult within my mortal body. Well, for thousands of years because I'm gonna potentially pursue slash achieve biological immortality without aging and just and as well being indestructible, like living for God Almighty Jesus Christ for thousands of years until He returns, and I'll meet Him in the air during the rapture and be in like heaven for 1,000 years, and the new earth eternally and indefinitely. Yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm gonna end right here. So yeah, like I specifically mentioned, if you want like what I specifically mentioned earlier before I ended this, yeah, if you want to see more of me seeing so yeah, like I mentioned, I'm gonna end it right here. So yeah, if you want to see more of me playing Fortnite, be sure to leave the comment down below. As always, yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. Take it easy, chat. And NAC, I mentioned earlier about like younger individuals doing that shit. Like once I remove all age requirements, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, but once I remove all of them, according to certain biblical theories, on exactly the year 2035, while president on exactly the year 2035 and enforcing them on exactly the year 2034, but they're all removed on exactly the year of January 1st, 2035. Then I'm going to ensure that everybody have full accountability, personal responsibilities, and free will altogether slash simultaneously, despite the age requirement laws being temporarily within that year and decade. You know what I mean? Like next decade and that year. You know what I mean? So 10 years later, it seems like. And I would possibly be 30. It'll be a great age. Hopefully I'm young like that as well 10 years later. Like 10 years from now. It'll be cool to be in my 30s. Like this. I'm meant to feel young and look young. Which I feel young, like certain parts of my body, but with my lower back issues or my back overall, my spine and my knee, whenever I bend down, I'm like, oh, my knee, or I groin or whatever. I'm like, oh, like, when you get up or whatever, it's like you're feeling something overall. I'm like, my goodness. But anyway, I don't feel old. I'm pretty sure I have something to do with my rare specific type of mental trauma, which is very, very, very temporarily. Like overall, very decreased, overall. You know what I mean? In terms of that shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat. Like I'm mentally like any of the shit I mentioned, like even younger individuals can be mentally immature. But I already had that great talk on my like certain like live streams, like my recent live streams, like overall like most likely. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know Jay. Yeah, like I mentioned, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me playing Fortnite, be sure to leave a comment down below. As always, yeah, I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat.